Hi, my name is Jason Grant, and this is Living with Integrity, a series of short stories on what it means to live with integrity. Enjoy. Design your life. For the last 15 years, I worked as a user experience designer. Believe it or not, there is such a profession as experience design. Experience designers design experiences, it's in the words, as it says on the tin. Most people don't understand what it means though, so I have to spend endless amounts of time explaining to them what is it that I do. And so over 15 years, I've had quite a lot of practice around experience design descriptions. Effectively, experience is a product of interactions. Right now, you're getting a certain experience of listening to me speak about experience. The interaction is happening between your eyes seeing the picture and your ears hearing the sound of my voice. The sound of my voice is connecting to your eardrums and creating an interaction, a vibration of your eardrum, and that interaction you are experiencing as sound, and that sound you're then interpreting as messages and so on. Experience only happens when interactions happen. The philosophical question of if a tree falls in the forest and nobody is there to hear it, does the tree fall or not? The answer from Alan Watts is that it falls if there is an eardrum to hear the sound of the tree falling, and if there isn't, then it doesn't fall. The bottom line is that unless we experience something, we don't really know for sure that it's there, that it exists, that it's real. And so, as a designer of experiences, I've spent 15 years designing these interactions that lead to effectively people realizing that certain things exist. Of course, in the digital realm, the entire realm is somewhat virtual and somewhat imaginary. So when we're designing for digital experiences, those experiences are still not real. They are illusions of reality still. Either way, the real life experience that you're having is as real as it will ever get. In perfect world, I would be delivering this message to you face to face. But because we cannot connect, I'm keeping this virtual message as real as possible. So if you were to meet me in real life, you would realize that in real life, I am also the way I am on video. This is also part of living with integrity. So when it comes to designing your life, we are talking about designing the experience of your life. Because that experience will lead you to knowing, and the knowing is power. Knowledge is power, which will empower you to become even a greater person than you are today, with an ever-ending growth ahead of you. So, designing your life is about striving towards perfection, striving towards your ideal, creating the ideal life, creating and maintaining that ideal life. Designers know that there is a certain point in design where the thing is as good as it can be. Making it any better starts to ruin the thing. One of the reasons why iPhone is such a genius design is because it doesn't really have anything on it to distract you other than the screen itself, which is distraction enough, let's say, but the point is that nothing is getting in the way of you interacting with the screen. Meanwhile, other smartphones had loads of buttons on them and all these kind of things, which are getting in the way. So when you remove all the obstacles towards your perfect life, you are much faster at getting there and much faster at realizing that, and certainly the design of your perfect life ought to include as little obstacles as possible. The direct line to the destination is the shortest line to the destination. Of course, life is a process, so enjoying the process of getting to the destination is part of designing your perfect life. This is why I would say to people that watch out for the word or. It's not about goals or process. It's about goals, purpose, and process. So if you are enjoying the process of getting to your goals and realizing your purpose, you will certainly enjoy realizing your purpose whenever it happens. Design is also an applied philosophy. There has to be a certain set of principles that get you to realize your ideal life. This is another reason why I'm talking about living with integrity. All these messages that I'm sharing with you are the principles of living that integral life and designing your life of perfection and realizing your purpose. Design is also a blueprint of how something should work. As such, the blueprint outlines, and this is a key word here, outlines, what is it that you are striving towards, so that you can guide yourself to that state or status. And that outline does not need to include every single detail, because the details you will realize through the process. The outline is the guide, just like an architectural wireframes for the house before it's built. Your life is one of building the house, and the outline, the blueprint, the vision, the strategy is the guide that will get you to the final product. So people who achieve a lot more in their lives in terms of art, actual real thing, are people who have realized that you strive to an ideal, you start with an outline, which is the vision, and you go through a process, which is a system, to realize that outline. And once it's really well done, it is perfect, and you can move on to the next piece of art that you can keep creating until you die. It really is that simple. So designing your perfect life includes putting into action the philosophy that I'm sharing with you in these stories. And the more regularly and more rigorously you put it into action, the more ideal a life you are going to be living. And the less you will be cheating yourself and lying to yourself about how perfection is impossible, there is no such thing as perfection, everyone's imperfect, etc. Or nobody is perfect. Sometimes I even joke with people a little bit and say, yes, you are nobody. And you just said nobody is perfect, so you are perfect. It's still in the words. Stillness. When you realize the stillness, you realize that the words that you speak are perfect. But they're your own choice. They're perfectly aligned to whatever is happening in your mind. So if you are speaking hate, your words are perfectly expressing what's in your mind. If you're speaking peace, integrity, understanding, trust, willingness, joy, love, then that's the words that come out of your mind. And it's perfectly in integrity with who you are. So it's possible to design your ideal life, and you may come to a situation where once you reach your ideal, you then strive for the next ideal, and so on. So it's going from perfection or ideal to perfection to perfection to perfection. The evolution process in itself is moving from perfection to perfection to perfection. The more conscious you become of that process, the more consciously you are creating and designing the life that you really want to be living. And you stop lying to yourself that this is not the life you want to be living, because it's exactly where you want to be. So design your perfect life. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching yet another story from Living with Integrity series. Please post in the comments on what caught your attention the most, perhaps thought that you had or a question that you have for me. I'll most likely introduce it in future episodes as a theme. Also, if you like or dislike this, please do so and share this with other friends of yours who will benefit from this. I really want to turn this into a community effort, and I'm committed to posting once or twice a week, so watch out for future episodes. Subscribe to the channel as well and ring the bell so you can get the notification when the next story is up. I've got loads and loads of these, hundreds of them in plan, so please stay tuned and let's get this channel growing. Thank you so much.